Park, Denise, Denmark Open. We will turn our attention to men's doubles. The match number 5 between Han Zhengkai and ZHOU Dong, the number 6 seeds from China, against Satvik Saraj, RANKIREDDY and SHETTY of India. And you can see it's the top half of this draw, part of the draw that we're seeing, and the winner of this match will play either Gideon and Sukamuljo of Indonesia or Lane and Wendy of England. So the Chinese combination got to the quarterfinal last year in 2018. They did not take part in 17, and in 2016 they were still juniors where they won the World Junior Championship. This year, in 2019, they've got to the quarterfinal 4 times and once to a semi-final. They won the French Open in 2018 and the China Masters, the Super 100 in 2018 as well. And here we got the 2 players walking onto court, and it's Han Zhengkai who is entering the court first, followed by ZHOU Dong. And their opponents from India, we see Shetty, followed by Satvik Saraj, RANKIREDDY. That pair from India have been out of action the first 4 months of the year, and then started playing in Brazil International and in the Danish International Challenge as well, because RANKIREDDY here had an injury, a chest injury. They did not take part in the Denmark Open last year, and the head-to-head between these 2 pairs is 1-0 in favour of the Chinese. They played at the Sudirman Cup when the 2 nations played one another here in 2019.
Han. Serve. Who's receiving? Receive. Side. Left.
So the Indian combination is a great attacking partnership, and they won the Thailand Open in July/August this year, very, very surprisingly. Well, what a tournament the 2 youngsters played. And the first profile we have is Han Zhengkai. He's age 21. They are number 7 on the world ranking, and that's based on 21 tournaments, and that's a lot, I can assure you. On the race to Guangzhou, they are number 16 at the moment, and the race to Tokyo, they are number 16 as well. Partner ZHOU Dong, also age 21. And as you can see, the highest they have been on the world ranking is number 5, and they were number 2. They were number 5 on the world ranking for 2 weeks, and last time was the 16th of July 2019. They had a very good win against Bo and Conrad Peterson yesterday when they won 21-19 and 21-16. Actually, it was not yesterday, it was on Tuesday. So Steen. We will go on to Satvik Saraj, RANKIREDDY here, age 19, is very, very young players we are having on court here. They're ranked at number 12 at the moment. They've been as high as number 9. And that was 1 week, and that was the 6th of August this year. Their ranking is only based on 13 tournaments, so they have not been able to throw away a lot of tournaments results. So I think it's quite impressive. They're number 12 on the world ranking. Chirag Shetty here, age 22. And of course, the same ranking applies for him as for his partner. So very short. Steen, what can we expect from this match? What do you expect?
Yeah, I expect an attacking match, a fierce battle for the initiative here. The stadium has played quite fast the first 2 days, in my opinion. A little bit of drift and fast shuttles, and both these pairs normally, no matter the conditions, they go for the attack. So I don't see that change in any way today. So it's going to be a lot of emphasis on the service situation and hopefully some really, really good exchanges.
And here we have the umpire and service judge, the umpire Mekwe of Botswana, and it's Kumarul of Indonesia, who is the service judge. And we also saw what a wonderful win it was for the two Indian players when they beat Kim Ji-jung and Lee Young-dae 24-22, 21-11 in their first match.
That was a very convincing win.
It was a very, very convincing win, of course, especially in the second game, but even all the way in the first, it looked pretty good.
On my right, Ang Cheng Kai and ZHOU, China. And on my left, Chirag Shetty, Sairaj, RANKIREDDY, India. Ang Cheng Kai to serve to Satwik RANKIREDDY. Love all. Play.
So Han Cheng Kai get this match underway.
1 love.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Steen, we possibly have very, very short rallies here. It's going to be serve return and the third shots and possibly 1 or 2 smashes. Look at that.
I think also the pair who ends up defending in a rally will take some chances in the defense. They won't just stay back and try their luck in the defense. I don't think so. Maybe a little bit in the beginning, but if they have no luck in the defense, then it's better to go a step forward and turn some defense around a couple of times, and then at other times not be anywhere near it than just standing back and losing all of it.
I couldn't agree with you more. Have to do something if you get into trouble. Oh, what a flick serve.
4-1.
Excellent service from ZHOU.
Service over. 2-4.
Risky shot from Han Cheng Kai was punished there by RANKIREDDY.
Service over. 5-2.
Yeah, he missed it. Satwik Sairaj, RANKIREDDY.
6-2.
Very close net shot by this man, Han Cheng Kai. Tried the
Service over.
constructive
3,
third
6.
shot there, a little deception, and tried to play the mid-court, but This time he was alert, RANKIREDDY. He was that on the previous shot as well, just wasn't successful.
Service over. 7-3.
Yeah,
Service over.
that can be a very, very dangerous situation. We've seen that on a few occasions.
Yeah.
When the carpet can't last.
And he almost need to bring his player card so he was allowed back on court.
Back on court, get it back in.
It's important that the carpet and the courts are taped well.
Yes, and we so often see that they are not, in all honesty. And it can be very dangerous to the players.
Service over. 9-4.
So, Steen, I guess you've seen the Chinese combination on a few occasions. What do you think is the strength from them?
Service over.
They're very fast. They can play really fast and furious flat game and attacking game. They struggle when the pace is being taken out of the rally.
6.
They have to generate it themselves.
Yeah, and play from below the tape. But again, which pair doesn't struggle from below the tape?
Yeah, all is doing that.
You would say that Kim Ki-jung and Lee Young-dae probably were some of the better ones from below the tape, but they're out of the tournament. So I think they're actually quite similar in style, these two pairs here, because the Indians, they're also far better from above the tape.
Yeah.
11-6.
And we see that Han and ZHOU is going into the mid-game interval with a lead of 11-6. Here we've got the confirmation, just 5 minutes of play.
Court 1, 20 seconds.
It must be really wonderful for Coach Flandy Limpelu to have such a young pair to work with.
Yeah, that's great when you come in as a new coach, that you have some good material. And that win in Thailand must have boosted their confidence tremendously.
Yeah, I was there commentating it on it, and it was really, really a good tournament by them. They really played well.
Service over. 7.
But coming back to the Chinese combination, am I correct or am I wrong by assuming that that Han Zhengkai is the captain
he's
of
the better player,
the better player and the captain of that partnership?
in my opinion? He is. I saw them on home soil last year in Changzhou when they lost the final to Danes Kim Astrup and Hannes Rasmussen, and
Service over.
it was quite obvious that ZHOU was perhaps the more nervous of the two players, not as consistent as his partner, but he can play really well also. But as you mentioned, their ranking now is 7th, but their Olympic ranking and their race to Guangzhou ranking, which sort of covers this year, that's the race to Guangzhou, and the Olympic ranking covers from May until now. It's gone long.
It's gone long, yes.
Service
They're
over.
number 16 in the world,
Yeah.
so they've had
14.
a not so good 2019, which is actually also quite normal when you sort of break through as a young pair. You take the other pairs a little bit by surprise, and then they start looking at you at video, seeing what can we do, and it takes some time to sort of close the gaps that the other countries find on your game.
That's an ambitious shot there from
10,
Han Cheng-kai,
14.
playing that cross court at the net. Here we see it, this one there,
yeah.
that's very, very ambitious.
Excellent.
Yeah, RANKIREDDY was the outstanding player
11,
when the
14.
partnership did well in Thailand. He was really intercepting well at the net. And sometimes I find him, because he's got such a good smash, he's really a hard hitter, but sometimes I find him even more dangerous to play when he's taking off the pace a bit and playing steep smashes rather than going for the power.
Definitely. And that's what they should try and do here as well, in my opinion, because if they go for power smashes, I mean, the Chinese, they will just, I think they're faster with the racket than the Indians, so they will get it back. They will use the power against them, but the steepness could be the
Yeah, that can be a good key.
important thing.
Yeah.
Over. 15, 12.
Because I think it was interesting when they played in Thailand, RANKIREDDY was complaining a little bit of some soreness, and that's why he did not hit 100%, but chose to go for these.
So by chance he found the right playing style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought that was rather funny.
We've also seen a couple of players time and again getting a little bit of a strapping on, so you have to be a little bit more careful about where you play the shuttle. You can't use your physics so much.
Yeah. Makes you
Sometimes
think
helps.
a little bit.
Yeah. Takes away a lot of pressure as well. Hey, yeah. That was definitely worth a challenge.
Challenges. 4.
That's why it's so good that we got Hawkeye for situations like this.
I'm not saying necessarily that it was out. I'm just saying it was worth a challenge.
Challenge. Unsuccessful. One challenge.
No, the challenge was successful. The challenge was successful.
I think.
The shuttle was out,
Yeah.
and it was Han and Joe who challenged. It was called in.
Yeah. And now they get it.
17,
Yeah. Exactly.
14.
Now the point went to the Chinese combination.
But I didn't pay enough attention whether. Yeah, 17-13.
17-13, I think.
Or what? Yes, because I think when she deemed it unsuccessful, she gave the point to the
Opposite.
Indian combination.
Yeah.
Good thing we got that sorted out.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah, we've seen a number of occasions where it's gone wrong.
13.
Good umpiring to keep a cool head.
Oh, that's tight.
Service over. 14, 18.
Oi.
That was a lucky save there by the Indian
18.
combination. Look at that one. That's well saved.
Excellent.
Yeah, RANKIREDDY should possibly not have lifted that one, but rather trying to find gap somewhere where he could play a softer block shot to.
That's well played. It's the preferred position with the Chinese pair, with Han Chengkai at the net and ZHOU Dong sort of playing the playmaker role, trying to set up his partner at the front court.
Oh, that's a good interception. But, you know, it's not very often that one is working.
No.
That was a chance to take.
But it's good television when it does.
Yeah, but it's probably also a little bit of a sign of thinking maybe this first game is gone.
Yeah.
RANKIREDDY, challenges called out.
I think the challenge is unsuccessful.
Yeah.
So I think the first game will be in the hands of Han Chengkai and ZHOU Dong. And yes, rightly so, it is out.
Unsuccessful game.
21-15 in the
won by
first
Han
game.
Chengkai.
Sorry,
ZHOU
21-16.
21-16.
That was because of that fantastic...
Yeah, you forgot the jump.
Yeah, I forgot the jump. So it's been a little bit of a difficult situation for the Danish men's doubles, hasn't it?
Yes.
You know, 1 year ago they had 3 pairs in the top 10, and now it doesn't look that good anymore, does it? Just 12 months ago, same tournament, just 1 year ago. What is your take on that?
And the Danish had high hopes on playing in this match here. Bo and Conrad.
Yeah, but good rights, I would say.
Had beaten ZHOU and Han Chengkai in 2 previous tournaments, played each other in 3 consecutive tournaments in the first round. And here in Odense, they were not able to get past the Chinese. And of course, you can, when you've lost twice, you have more to learn from watching a little bit of video. And I also think the playing conditions here with, in my opinion, quite fast shuttles benefits the Chinese pair. But from a Danish perspective, it's of course worrying. It's
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court
only
1, 20.
8 months till Denmark is hosting the Thomas Cup in your home city, in Aarhus. And
that's correct.
The men's doubles department seem in trouble at the moment, so they've got to come up with a solution very quick there.
Play.
And it's not easy to come up with solutions in an Olympic qualifying period. That's not easy. But here we are back. Love all play.
One love.
Am I correct if I think that the Indian combination have not been able to be aggressive enough? They are standing back a bit. Am I right in that?
Yeah, and when they have the attack, it's not really as dangerous as you would like it. And I've been thinking, what would I have said if I were Flandy there? And at the moment, it seems to me that RANKIREDDY is not winning the battle at the net. It seems like he's the tall guy. He's the tallest guy on court. It seems like his movement are a little bit too big here. So I think perhaps I would try to get SHETTY to the front court and see if he could set up some smashing opportunities from the backcourt for RANKIREDDY. But they got off to a really bad start in the first game, 8-3, and that sort of haunted them throughout the first game, and now it seems like it's happening again here.
And these gaps of 3 or 4 points, they're so hard to come back.
Yeah. So it allows the opponent to play 50-50 shots, or rather 52-48 shots, like we see a lot of the Indonesian pairs do service returns like that.
It's out.
Yeah, but that's lucky. And RANKIREDDY, he doesn't really sort of enhance the advantage at the net there. He's about to lose the initiative.
It's not decisive enough.
Oh.
Service over. 5-1.
Oh. But that's so often what happens, isn't it? When you have the confidence and when you have that kind of lead, then suddenly you're hitting the lines, you're hitting the top of the tape, and everything is going well for you.
And I think that's one of the problems for the Indian combination right now, is that both Han and ZHOU, they have gained confidence after winning this first game here and a good lead in the second. So it's really going to be a tough day at the office for the two men in red T-shirts.
It's out.
Yeah. But I still think that SHETTY is a little bit of a bigger threat at the net, because his racket movement there is, in my opinion, quicker than his partners.
From Korea, ZHOU.
Well, there was the power smash.
That was the big one.
And RANKIREDDY, of course, also a skilled mixed doubles player, together with Ashwini Pramapa, who unfortunately had to retire due to injury in the first round. So he could perhaps from the mid-court also play some quality shots, feed a little bit from his mixed doubles experience. Way too big a swing.
Yeah, and it's a big chance to take when you are 4-6 down in the second, having lost the first.
Just leave it, and your partner can easily maintain the attack on that shot there.
Service over. 5-7. Service over. 8-5.
I like what you said, Steen, about possibly trying to change the combination around on the Indian side and having it SHETTY at the front suddenly. Because in today's men's doubles, you cannot have one who is specialized on one thing and specialized on another thing. Both players need to be able to do everything.
And I think they can do that. The two Indians, they actually can play the opposite position as to what they're doing at the moment.
7, 8. Out. Service over. 9, 7.
We know the Chinese. They are so fast with their rackets and so good in the flat game. And we sort of noticed them in 2019 before they won the French Open, before they were in the final of their home tournament, because they were able to beat Sukamuljo and Gideon.
Yeah.
Still have a 2-2 head-to-head record against the Indonesians. Not many pairs can brag about that.
That's for sure. And just touching that one, and the Chinese combination goes into the mid-game interval with a lead of 11-7.
Play like this. Waiting also also the defense of the control.
1, 20 seconds. Stop. 1, 20 seconds.
So I can tell you, Steen, that you are in safe and good hands here. I don't have any trick questions as you normally will, be subject to when you are with Jill Clark.
No,
so,
yeah.
So I haven't prepared anything for you, so you're
That's
pretty
good,
safe
that's
on this
good.
one. Somehow I find it difficult to see that RANKIREDDY and Shetty can win.
Yeah.
Somehow it's just...
They need to get on a good run. But the problem is that they were behind 6-1,
12.
almost
caught
cashed up
Yeah.
at 8-7, and then lost 3 straight points. So you're trailing all the time, and you never really get a break.
8.
And now it's only a couple of more points to ZHOU and Han before this more or less is settled.
Yeah, I would consider this as a very decisive lead. 6 points. It's on the line.
15, 8.
Please welcome technical officials to court 2.
15.
Do you think the Chinese combination has got a chance of taking over from Lee and Liu?
It doesn't seem like it at the moment, but I thought it was those two men's doubles that China was trying to qualify for the Olympics, and possibly they are, but it seems like Han and ZHOU, they have to play something like this for the remainder of the qualification period to get there. At the moment, if you take the average points earned per tournament, which is relevant as long as a lot of pairs have played less than 10 tournaments, then they are number 14 and outside of Olympic qualification, because you have to be in top 8 to have 2 pairs qualified, and that's Lee and Liu. They are safely positioned at spot number 3 there. So, but definitely a pair to build on for the future. I think the important thing is from the Chinese perspective, whether ZHOU can perform under pressure, or they will have to find. It's just such an important thing that you're able to perform under pressure, because if you're not, opponents will pick up on it and they will target you.
Yeah.
So you have like perhaps 1 year, 2 years to develop mentally so that you can be consistent in your game. Otherwise, I think you need to look at other combinations. Of course, the competitors to sort of the Chinese throne is another pair of youngsters, He Jiting and Tang Qiang.
Yeah, but somehow it doesn't look that good, does it?
A lot of the same playing style, a lot of the same difficulties, and then they have this new combination of Wu Xuanyi and Jiang Nan, who perhaps had the biggest negative surprise here, losing to Ryan and Philip Chu from the United States. What a result they created out of nowhere in the first round.
Yeah, that was very, very surprising.
Service over. 13.
Service error from Han, but
yeah, it's decided.
Reasonably safe.
14. 19.
Yeah, otherwise, we could sit here talking about men's doubles for the next 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
You and I. That would be no trouble.
I wonder if they've sort of underestimated the task a little bit, Shetty and RANKIREDDY, since they defeated Lee Yongdae and Kim Ki-jung on Tuesday. But this is a totally different match. We know the Koreans, they take it a little bit easy in the service situation. Here it's full power from the beginning, and they never really recovered from that shock start the Chinese pair got off to. Might be an interesting match waiting for tomorrow's quarterfinals, provided that Gideon and Sukamulio can come through later today.
Service over. 15. 20.
So, second match point opportunity here for Han and ZHOU. And a second time of asking. They take the match and safely through to the quarter-final tomorrow. And as you say, what an interesting encounter that can be if the top seeds from Indonesia go through as well. So they take this match 21-16, 21-14. So it's 16 and 15 in 31 minutes. Very strong performance here from Han and ZHOU. Fast out of the blocks. And really played a solid game. Very impressive. Han Zhengkai, So Haodong. And it will be interesting to follow them for the rest of the tournament here. And from us here, we will now watch the highlights of this match. And the next match coming up will be a women's singles, where PV Sindhu will play the young sensation from Korea, An Se-young.